please?
Yes, now we can get to the
because
story.
Disney's torture of my child is nothing compared to what her own mother did to her.
Okay, fine.
We saw this movie, but then later on we were out in New York and had dinner somewhere.
At a Japanese restaurant.
At a Japanese restaurant.
It was a fabulous restaurant.
You got
I got a plate of sushi.
There's a word. No.
Sushi. Yeah, I had sushi, but one of the pieces of
Caviar.
sushi had one of the pieces of sushi had fish roe.
Fish roe, orange fish roe. And at the table with our 5-year-old daughter, because we were up there to see Les Mis.
She was older than 5.
We were up there to see Les Mis.
Was that the Les Mis trip?
And she was 5 years old because she knew the libretto by heart.
Yeah, she was little.
Deb goes, "Oh, look, Nemo's brothers and sisters." And then she took a bite. Welcome back to She Said, She Said. I am Pam, author, accountant, speaker, wife of 33 years, and a mom to a beautiful daughter, bonus kids, and some dogs.
I don't even know how to follow that. And I'm Deb. I am a life coach. I am now also back to work as a corporate executive. And I am here to keep Pam in line.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
The first thing we have to share is we had a miracle on Saturday, which was your birthday.
My birthday was Saturday. Yeah.
2 things happened miraculously in my car. You got in the car and you didn't comment on how much gas was in the tank.
I didn't.
And we pulled into the charcoal parking lot for breakfast like we do every week.
Yep.
And every week for at least 6 years, you cannot help but tell me where to park.
Yep.
You didn't say a word and let me pick the parking spot. Now, I will tell you that I felt such energy coming from that side of the car where you were clearly trying to keep your mouth shut.
I did it though, didn't I?
And you did it.
I did it.
So you gave me...
I gave you a gift on my birthday.
On your birthday. So
Absolutely.
Congratulations.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I love it. The other miracle that happened this week is we don't have a 4th dog.
Yeah, that's a really good miracle.
There is an adorable steel gray Frenchie
blue
pup.
eyes.
Blue
He's
eyes.
Stinking cute. I mean, he really is.
What
they call him like Tater Tot or something.
Tater Tot's his name.
Yeah.
Oh, at our groomer, shout out to Blue Pooch, who does the grooming on Murphy and big
Diego.
guy Diego. And they had Frenchie poodles, and one of them, the couple couldn't end up taking the one that they were going to take. And I was like, oh my God, it was so cute. The pictures are unbelievable.
He's a doll baby.
But so it's been another miracle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where have I been
that
working?
one, had that one not been a miracle, you would have found another miracle because you would have been in the she shed.
Is this not the best sign ever? Where did you get this?
We went pumpkin patch. I don't remember. You'll have to ask.
Linvilla Orchards. You went to Linvilla Orchards.
Oh yeah, great place
and they had it in the little gift shop.
I love it. So Deb has always said, when the next dog comes, I'm moving out to the she shed, and now we have a she shed sign, which is almost as hard to say as she said, she said.
I know.
Now we have to say she said, she shed sign.
No, she said in the she shed.
Sign.
We could do.
There's the sign to the she shed.
She shed. We could do. She said.
No, we couldn't.
In the she shed.
But this is perfect. We're gonna have to figure out where to put this up.
We'll have to make a she shed, and then we'll have that as an arrow that points to where the she shed is.
I love that. And that's where me and the dogs will live.
And that's where you and the
4th
dogs
dog.
will live for the rest of your life.
But it is a miracle we didn't get that dog because that dog was adorable.
He
and
was
the only
cute.
thing that stopped me was he wasn't potty trained yet. If he had been, I probably would have come home with him, to be honest with you.
He was
that would have been the start of something. That might have been the end of She Shed, She Shed.
It could have been the end of a lot of things.
She said. God, who knows? Another miracle.
Yeah.
I've been working in the office all week.
Yeah, I wanna give you some props.
Thank you. I'm ready.
Pam has been working in the office all week. I also want to give myself some props. I believe that Pam has been working in the office all week because I'm now back to work in a regular job and I'm in my office on meetings. And I think you're being respectful. So I believe
I'll take-
that
I'll take credit for that.
I believe
Anytime
the
your wife gives you credit for something that you actually didn't do, still take the credit.
No, I think the dynamic has changed because you're giving me good
Yes,
space.
that is exactly what it is.
That's what I thought.
Out of respect for you, I'm working in my office.
For
those of you who don't know, you can go back a couple of episodes and learn that for a long time, I love my recliner. And I will live in that recliner. I will sleep in it. I will eat in it.
It's the second generation recliner. The first generation recliner is sitting down here. It
sad.
It needs
Still, I don't want it to go. Like, I want to fix it, because here's the thing about the recliner, real quick, and then we'll jump into the office. The automated one I don't like. It takes too long to go up and down.
Yeah, the electric.
This one I can just go.
Yeah, because you just go
and down.
Yeah.
This one's like, I'm like, good Lord, I feel 100 years old. Like, the next thing it's going to do is catapult me out.
You need one of those.
Like the one we had for mom that helped her. I'm like, no, I just want I just want the thing. But I'll tell you what, working in the office, it makes a difference.
It does.
There's a different energy. There's a different. I don't think my work's any better or worse, but my energy level about the work and being able to think a little, like, what I found is I want to construct a day and my time a little more formally than in the chair where I just get into a spreadsheet and go forever.
And it makes, what I will say is it improves our life. Like, because there is kind of a separation between the work and like the downtime. And even if you do come down and sit in your chair in the evening and do some more work, it's just a little bit more.
Right.
It's not like it's the continuation of the prior 16
into
hours.
11, 12.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing is I'm getting as much done in less time.
Yeah.
So whereas I would sit in that chair and just go till midnight, now I finish work at 5 or 6 or 7, depending on meetings, come downstairs and I may do 15 or 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But I'm done. And it's kind of nice.
It is nice.
Actually been able to enjoy Fringe.
We're binging Fringe. We're almost done.
We could do, you know what's coming, don't you? My least favorite holiday of the whole year.
Yeah, I know.
I've always hated it. But it is Halloween and people do get into it.
Yes. We
should do costumes. We could do Fringe costumes.
I don't know that there's a Fringe costume.
I would have an alien coming out of my stomach.
I don't think so.
No. Well, if you're gonna do a costume, you kind of have to go out.
All right. I have to. I'm trying to wrap my head around the costume thing. I literally do not recall any
costumes
of my costumes ever.
I did a lot when I was little. I did cowboy, and then what else did I do? I did a race car driver. I did Ghost. Everybody did Ghost. You never put a sheet over your head and went out trick or treating?
I can't remember, Pam.
Did you ever go trick or treating?
Yes.
You just didn't put a costume on?
Yes, we costumed.
Oh, you just don't remember what they are.
I have no memory. There's only one memory that I have of a costume, and I may have been. Let's see, my brother Michael might have been 3, so I might have been 6, and I was like a princess. And he was Casper the Friendly Ghost. And I only remember that because I remember a picture. I have a vision of a picture of the two of us. Outside of that, nothing. Now, Lindsay,
every year?
We've dressed her up. We dressed her up every year. Mm-hmm. Her first year, remember, our next door neighbor gave us a pumpkin costume. Oh, the Smiths. She was
all 4 months old.
Lindsay was a bitty thing, and this big pumpkin thing that she said. Yeah.
Andrea made it.
Andrea, it was an incredible mom. She made costumes every year for those kids.
That's true. But she made Lindsay one that first year. Yeah. It was adorable.
But we got her dressed in costumes, and then. Even when she got older and she didn't need us to do it, then her friends were still cool and dressing in costumes.
We got some good pictures of that.
I know. I remember they did themes. Like, it was like a whole thing. It was like a gang of them, and they did a theme. Yep. One of them did. There was Finding Nemo, because I remember Lindsay was like the star. I think she was the starfish.
Finding Nemo is part of why Lindsay needs couch time. We have not told this story before. We watched Finding Nemo, and of course we all cry when the baby fish.
Because can I tell you? No. We need to get some background. Here. Anybody who's been watching Disney, everybody who's been watching Disney movies for their life, Disney torments children. Almost every Disney movie.
So you had to add
the mom dies. The dad dies. It's terrible. Yes. 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 Always, always, always.
Can we get to the story, please?
Yes, now we can get to the
because
story.
Disney's torture of my child is nothing compared to what her own mother did to her.
Okay, fine.
We saw this movie, but then later on we were out in New York and had dinner somewhere.
At a Japanese restaurant.
At a Japanese restaurant.
It was a fabulous restaurant.
You got
I got a plate of sushi.
There's a word. No.
Sushi. Yeah, I had sushi, but one of the pieces of
Caviar.
sushi had one of the pieces of sushi had fish roe.
Fish roe, orange fish roe. And at the table with our 5-year-old daughter, because we were up there to see Les Mis.
She was older than 5.
We were up there to see Les Mis.
Was that the Les Mis trip?
And she was 5 years old because she knew the libretto by heart.
Yeah, she was little.
Deb goes, "Oh, look, Nemo's brothers and sisters." And then she took a bite.
I didn't eat it. No, I didn't eat it because I don't like fish roe. But oh my gosh.
Lindsay was horrified.
I laughed.
And now you wonder, like, you're going to screw your kids up, but usually you don't do it intentionally.
It wasn't intentional.
Lindsay was already a vegetarian.
It wasn't
and
intentional.
Deb points at her plate and goes, "Oh, look, Nemo's brothers and sisters.
Was she
we
really
found
a vegetarian
them."
by then? She might have been a vegetarian by then.
She was a vegetarian by then.
Right.
That was terrible. So
Yeah,
that you know what our team thinks we ought to do.
It was terrible. What?
Our team.
Yeah.
I say that word loosely, as they may not be for long.
What?
They want us to dress up as each other.
That's gonna
Think
be
you could
so
pull
hard.
off my jacket?
I can pull off your jacket.
We want you guys to get like.
But
really
we have the
bad-
same clothes. Like we share clothes.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, really bad wigs. Like, really bad wig for you to look
I will
like
not go
Dante.
shopping for a Halloween
can't-
costume.
I
No,
hate
When-
fucking
when
Halloween.
No.
Freddie, I think, was looking at them online.
I'm ready.
Oh, all right.
Oh,
so I don't have
God.
to think about it.
Oh God.
That's always been my problem with Halloween. It's like I have to go through all this problem to be creative, get the thing or make the thing,
Just not it.
put it on, go out,
I'm not a fan.
and
I'm just not a fan. The only thing that
they're gonna turn. We sound like
I
cranky
know,
old. We sound like that house that closes up at night and nobody
we
comes to.
we were that house.
No, I do it again.
But I have one fond memory of Halloween
Okay.
in our neighborhood, and that was when
Here
our
or
next door
as a kid?
here when our next door neighbor Jolynn came over on Halloween, and everybody, like, we live in a neighborhood, many years ago, it's lots of little kids. It's kind of turning
They're all
again.
gone now,
Those
but-
kids are gone now. We're getting a new
And some
group of-
grandkids and
right. And but our next door neighbor, she was a hoot. Like there was not a thing that, like, I can't explain. We live in this very little suburban area. Everybody has their homes like really sweet and tastefully decorated. It's just kind of a thing. It's lovely. Jolynn, bless her heart, she put up, I don't know, at Christmas time, 8-10 big, huge blow up balloon things in her yard. She would be up. She came to our house. She asked us for extension cords, and she's climbing up on the roof of her house. I mean, these are big. Like, this is a high roof. She's a tiny bitty thing, and she's climbing up on the roof of her house to put things up. And she came over that Halloween.
I don't remember this.
Oh my God! She threw a whole party. She threw a block party. She had a band.
Oh, I do remember that.
And she came dressed.
She decorated her house.
She came dressed as a witch.
Yeah, she decorated her house like crazy, like a haunted house.
And she dressed like a witch, and she came over, and she was handing out beers. She was offering witch's brews. You don't remember that?
I don't remember that. That's funny.
Oh my God, that is like my.
I might have been out with Lindsay.
That might have been my fondest memory of Halloween. I'm just not a fan.
That's funny. Yeah, me either. A good party, I
sorry.
don't mind. Just don't make me get dressed up for it.
Yeah,
So we're gonna apparently get dressed on. She said when we record on Halloween.
Maybe we are.
There's no maybe.
Maybe we are.
When the team says go, the team says go. We do what the team
Damn the
says.
team.
That's how
Damn
it
the
works.
team.
I love it. But anyway, thank you for my
Yes.
one miracle, which
Yes.
was the gift of not helping me park.
You're welcome.
That's a huge deal. It was so funny because I could feel you not doing it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's like muscle memory
It was
for
hard.
you.
It was hard. But I knew that, like, I know that I need to work on that.
All right. So one more thing. How have the first couple weeks of corporate work been?
The first couple of weeks of corporate work. So I work in pharmaceuticals. It's a regulated industry. In order to work in a regulated industry, you have to train on every SOP that will potentially touch you and your business. I believe that as of yesterday, I have completed 120 some bits of training, whether that is
It's insane.
SOPs, work instructions, codes of ethics. You know,
How to
anybody
do
who
your expense report.
how to do an expense report, how to file your regulatory documents in a compliant manner. Anybody who thinks that pharma is like all bad, these people are committed to trying in every way, shape, or form to do the right things.
Mhm.
Like it is hard work. The train I invented a new term. I am train dead. I'm like
I
like
like that.
basically my brain has turned
It's
off.
absorbed everything it could absorb.
Totally absorbed.
Mhm.
Totally done. But it's been wonderful. The people are amazing.
I love it.
So kind, so engaged.
That's everything you said about this
so
from
exciting.
the interview process on when they came to ask
Yep.
you if you wanted to think about it to now. It's just
Yep.
been, the people seem amazing.
They are.
That's
They are.
so good.
So I'm really, really excited. I'll be
Awesome.
heading out to California in about a week and a
Yeah.
half, and that'll be fun. For
Don't worry, I'll take care of the
some
house while you're
strategy
gone.
setting. I'm sure that you will do some
Take
batch
good
cleaning
care of
while
the
I'm
house
gone.
while you're gone.
When I'll have to come up and stay with us.
What I do is find out when the plane lands, and a half an hour before that,
You have the
I try and do
cleaners come in?
everything. Yeah, I have the cleaners come in.
That's what she needs
That's
to
a
do.
good idea.
That's what she should do.
That's a
Yeah.
very good idea.
That's what you should do.
Yep. Clean out the sink. Make sure
Throw out the pizza boxes.
throw out the pizza boxes. Make sure the floors are not mopped, but I spot clean the dog paw prints. Clean up.
Throw the beer bottles outside.
Yeah. There's a lot. There's a very lot to do.
There's a lot, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
but- So I hear we're playing a game today next.
Are we?
Are playing a game.
Okay.
So it's the alphabet game. Have you guys ever played the alphabet game before?
No, but you explained it to me this morning, so let me see if I've got it right. I'm going to start something, anything, a story, a poem, anything with the letter
Conversation.
A. And then Deb has to take the next sentence. Like I do one sentence, and Deb has to do a sentence with starts with letter B, and then I have to do C.
All the way to
And
Z.
we have to make it flow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It can't
Okay.
just be like random sentences because they start with that letter. It has to
Yeah,
be
okay.
in,
Okay.
like,
And does that have to be like
conversation.
rapid? Like, do we have time to think, or? Oh, you can edit,
You
so it
can
looks rapid.
think,
You can make
But I
us-
would say
We can look really smart.
You don't want to sit there.
The
for
goal
like,
is not lots
20
of
minutes.
gaps.
Yeah, like you get like 10 seconds, and
Mhm.
then if you don't do it in 10 seconds, you lose.
Got it. Okay.
Should we have like a punishment for the lizard?
Oh. What would the punishment be? You have to
You
wear a
mean
costume
you mean
next
the
week.
first person who can't think of a sentence that starts with a letter?
Nobody will lose. We'll get it.
But I would.
But
like to
should
have,
we?
Like, that
You
edge.
have to, like, a
but
threat?
I'd like to have a stick. What's the stick we're going to use?
What will we use?
I don't know.
If
Maybe
you lose, you have to leave. You're not allowed to close a door or turn off a light for a week.
Oh, God.
Any door, any light for a week.
She's so frustrated because I closed the back door in the
All
morning.
the time.
I come down, it's 42 degrees, and she's
It is
got the
not
back door
cold.
wide open.
So the dogs can go in and out, and I don't have to get up
Wide
100
open.
times.
If anybody ever gets you
Meanwhile,
guys dressed, they know that it's like easy picking.
Just
come on
Come
in.
in the back
Come
door.
on in.
The dogs will eat you alive,
Anytime
but other
between
than
the
that-
hours of like 5:30 and 6:30, come on in.
I am
ridiculous.
downstairs with the animals.
Asleep in your chair.
I'm thinking.
Yep.
So that's
With your
that's
eyes
what you want
closed.
Deb's punishment to
Yes.
be. What do you want Pam's punishment to be? I like the idea of you guys choosing them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're a bit of a sadist.
I think if I win, Pam needs to close the door like it should be.
This is a good way
Fine.
to solve marital problems. You know,
Ah!
any issues in the
Yeah.
house.
There
the
you go.
alphabet
Playing
game.
a game, yeah.
All right, this is the one.
All right.
All right, ready? Pam starts with A.
Animals make the house a home.
But they also make the house very messy.
Can't you just see the bright side of this thing?
Dog paws are everywhere in our house.
Everywhere is a little bit of an overstatement. In fact, a lot of an overstatement.
For once, I would like you just to admit that if we just had something easy like a goldfish, it would be much easier.
Goldfish was a very nice pass to me. Thank
You're
you
welcome.
very, very much.
Oh, how very much like you to just use that and skate easily into the next sentence.
I am a little bit of a selfish thing when it comes to creative games.
Just so everyone knows, she is like this 24/7.
Knowing it doesn't actually mean I do the same thing all the time.
Let's be very clear, Pam. You have a very clear set of common foibles.
Maybe, but foibles might not be quite the right word. I'd find a different way to name it.
So, can I not make I can't do a thingamahoojie. All right, I just lost. I'm going to have to shut the damn door. Open the door. I have to leave the door open.
We were on, what were we on?
And but I know what I was going to say, but I didn't know that you can't have it, that you
yeah,
can't
so you
have
can
a
keep
thing.
going, 'cause you didn't know.
Nope.
Keep rolling.
Keep rolling. We got to get to Z.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't remember what we talked about. See,
Maybe there's another word for it.
Oh,
Maybe there's another name for it, I said.
I know you gave me the N. Needless to say, it is often that you have a very what's the word I want? Predictable. That's it. A very predictable set of behaviors.
Often is probably a bit of an overstatement.
Possibly. But I would still use it.
Quiet. I've heard enough of this right now for this show at this point.
Really, it's important that these people get to know you for who you are.
She said is not about knowing me for who I am. It's about understanding the dynamics of a relationship.
Today, it's about understanding who you are.
Unfortunately, I disagree.
Vast hours have been spent tormenting me. This is my first opportunity to let other people into the agony that is my life.
We are using this show for you to express that your marriage has been agony for 33 years. 34?
Exactly.
33 or 34? Exactly doesn't start with X.
Exactly.
X.
We're taking it.
Exactly.
Oh.
You just cheated, zebra. I see we both lost.
Oh goodness. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's hard to do.
Actually,
Yeah.
yeah, it is. It's kind of fun though.
Yeah, it is kind of interesting.
I was thinking maybe
Yeah,
we
that
should
would be neat.
if we did music, if we somehow or another stayed in the music genre,
That makes it harder,
then
though.
the X could be a xylophone.
That is
like
true.
I sat here thinking, like,
What happens if I get
how
X?
could you get to X?
I think exactly was pretty funny.
I like that. I would have taken it.
Wen's like,
no,
but
though.
there are very few X words.
Xerox.
Do you think that was too easy for you guys?
X-ray.
X-ray, Xerox.
do you have another game that's harder in mind?
No,
Oh.
I was thinking though you could do that with a topic. It's very specific.
Yeah, a topic would be hard because here we could wander anywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You could build a story like Once Upon a Time.
Well, like I'm thinking like a scenario, like we really go improv, and you're talking about music. Maybe you're the musician and Pam's the producer. And
we have to, and we have to stick to the theme.
Yeah.
All right.
But this time Deb gets A.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm the producer. You're the singer. You're the temperamental artist. I'm the logical.
Artistic expression has to trump anything that goes into what we're trying to create here.
But artistic expression will not pay the bills.
Can't you understand that it is important for me as a singer to be able to express myself the way I need to express myself?
Don't you have the ability to express yourself in a way that also appeals to your audience?
Even though I can see a piece of where you are, and I know that it appeals to my audience. you have to give me the final say.
Fuck this. I quit.
Guess what? If you can't handle it, I will find somebody else who can.
Handling you isn't the problem. Handling your concept of a business is the problem.
I think my concept of a business is just fine.
Just fine, again, isn't going to necessarily pay the bills.
Keep us on track here. It's my music that pays the bills. It is not your work that pays the bills.
Let me explain what a producer does. A producer helps take your music and turn it into something that pays your bills.
Maybe if I could get a sense for how much extra work you actually did, it would be valuable to me.
No one ever understands how much work we do.
One can only try.
People ask, and I try to answer, but it's very hard to explain how we take your beautiful work, which it is, and transform it into something that will let you be a musician your whole life.
Quickly, this is starting to lose its momentum for me.
Really?
Yes.
You lose.
I lost.
You did it on
Fuck,
S again. Oh no, you used S. I said really. That was my
right. That was your thing. I'm like, yes, really? Jeez, Louise.
You should have just said
I'm
shit.
done. Yeah, this is too. This
That
trying
was
to
hard.
trying to keep on a topic, trying to keep in a
And trying to be an
scenario is
asshole
harder.
producer was hard.
Yeah, trying to be an asshole artist is hard.
Most artists aren't assholes.
Oh my
and
gosh,
neither are
and our
producers.
artists friends are not at all assholes now.
Or our
They're
producers.
gonna be like, oh my god, that's what they think of me.
Especially since a lot of our artist friends are producers.
Our producers.
They're artists and producers.
Yes.
That was a tough one. That was a tough one. Well, they got us that time,
They
I
did.
think. All right, so we have
win.
to come up with these costume things. Actually, that's not true.
They have to.
Come up with costume things.
I'm not. If I'm gonna have to wear one, I don't want to think about it.
Okay, that's fair. And then are we going to like change seats next week when we
Yes.
film?
I think we have to. I think that makes sense.
And I have to be you and you have to be me.
Yes.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord. Well, clearly you're going to want to tune in next week if you have any curiosity about how I perceive Deb or how Deb perceives me. Because we're going to be playing each other's roles.
I think they probably have a pretty good
That's
sense.
true. That's true. If
But it would be
you have
fun.
found this at all interesting, if you want us to keep producing these, give us a like and a subscribe, download whatever you do on whatever platform you're on. I hope you have a fantastic week, and thanks for tuning in to hear our stuff.
Join us again.